Are you too old for YouTube? This is a question I've been getting a couple times in the comments. People say, I would love to get started on YouTube, but I'm too old. I'm in my 50s, I'm in my 60s, I'm in my 70s, I'm in my 80s. I've kind of seen a little bit of everything. The fact of the matter is, YouTube has now become the number one platform to view anything in the entire world. And that's lumping in Disney Plus and Netflix and CNN and NBC and ABC and you name it. YouTube is now the premier platform in the world that gets the most eyeballs of anything. There's nobody even close. You see flashy, cartoony thumbnails and you see young kids doing crazy stuff. And of course, there's always the influence of TikTok. TikTok, in my mind at least, TikTok seems like it's a very young person platform, that it's for kids. It's for these people that want to watch 30-second videos for hours and hours and hours. So even me being a YouTuber, even I have a opinion, maybe it's not based on fact, but I have an opinion that this platform is for these people and this platform is for these people. Well, the truth of the matter is, of everything out there, YouTube has the lion's share. The most people watching content of any kind, movies, shows, personally made videos like we make here on YouTube. It's all here on YouTube, and YouTube is now the biggest show in town. Has been for a while. But are you too old? And does it seem like a new thing? Does it seem like a young person thing? Does it seem like something that, you know, it's for the now generation, not for older people? So me personally, I'm 49 years old. I've been on YouTube since I was 40 or 41. It's about 9 years so far. So being on platform and seeing the guts, seeing the analytics, seeing the inside of YouTube, I can tell you right now without any reservations that YouTube is not for young people, that your age is not going to keep you from growing on YouTube. It's not going to keep you from getting subscribers and getting views or building a business on YouTube or whatever you want to do. YouTube is just as relevant to people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s as it is to people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. And let me prove that to you right now. So let me show you a screenshot here that I took of my demographics. This is my personal demographics from my channel, Bush Radical. This covers the last 28 days. But it's a good frame of reference to really wrap your head around. Female, 21% of my viewership's female. Male, 79%. Makes a ton of sense. I do a lot of hands-on building projects. I'm sweaty. I'm covered in bug spray. I'm out in the woods. It's a dude channel. I do guy stuff. Now we go down the list and this is where it really starts to get illuminating. 13 to 17-year-old kids, the kids, high school, junior high, 0.03%. That's a third of 1% of my views in the last 28 days have come from the kids. 18 to 24-year-olds, 3.7% have come from that group. And this is college age, people just getting started off in life. 25 to 34, 13.4%. So we're not talking about a lot of people here. If you add all these up, you're still looking at, we'd be 0.3, 0.7, that's 1, there's 4%, 17%. Age 34 and under, only 17% of my viewership. Now we move on down to 35 to 44, and we get 17%. I mean, this starts to make sense because people in that age, 35 to 44, you know, your kids are getting graduation age. You're probably looking to do different things with your life. Maybe you like some of the stuff I do. Makes sense, 17%. 45 to 54. Now this is where I'm at. This is my age group because I'm 49 years old, so I'm right smack dab in the middle of this demographic. But it's not my number one demographic. This is 20% of my viewership. You get down to 55 to 64, up to 22%. This makes a lot of sense because I'm not doing videos with pop-ups and animations and graphs and exploding stuff and Photoshop type editing tricks. I'm just doing basic videos about simple things people find useful or entertaining or insightful in some way. This 55 to 64 demographics making up 22% of my viewership, but it's still not my number one demographic. Down here at the bottom, you have 65 plus making up 23%. So people that are 15 years older than I am and above, from 65 up, that's my biggest market. Older people love YouTube. Older people watch YouTube. YouTube is the biggest viewing platform in the world, and my best showing demographic is older people. That should give a lot of people a lot of hope. Now, sure, there's young people out there that crush it on YouTube, and they do appeal to younger demographics. I don't appeal to younger demographics. They're not watching me. But people 65 and over, they really enjoy my content. This is my biggest segment of my demographics. And another thing we're going to look at here that's very showing, over on this side, you're seeing how many people are watching on what kind of device. This is just percentage based. On a television set, 80% of everybody that's watched my channel, Bush Radical, in the last 28 days has watched a video on a television set. This would be linking your computer to your smart TV, which I don't even know how that works because I have an old-fashioned TV and I've got to use a cable. I don't know. I really don't understand what this looks like, and I don't watch television at all. The television, once in a while, there'll be a boxing match on that I'll buy, and I'll watch boxing on the television set. Or if there's a movie everybody wants to watch, we'll plug a computer in with a cord, with an HDMI cable. So I don't really understand this, but television is where most of my viewers are watching the vast majority of what they're watching. 80.6%, which tells me I should shoot in 4K. Because I'm sure if I have a 1080 video and I crop in on a shot and it's a little fuzzy in the video, put it on a big screen and it probably just looks like snow. Next category here, mobile phone. Only 9.3% of my viewers are watching anything I do on a phone. And that's surprising because you see people, I think the first thought in people's heads with YouTube and social media and the current generation and just the state of where we're at with technology, the first thing that comes to your mind is somebody walking around with a phone up by their face. So you would probably assume tons of people watch videos on their phone. But my demographic, 65, 55 to 64, 45 to 54, which is making up the vast majority of my viewers, less than 10% are watching on their phone. Computers even less than that, which is surprising to me because whenever I watch YouTube, I watch it on my laptop. That's all I do. Never on a television, never, ever on my phone. I don't use the internet on my phone. I just don't want to. I work online, so to speak, making video content. I spend enough time on my computer, mostly scrolling Facebook Marketplace looking for stuff I don't need and watching YouTube videos on my laptop. I never have ever watched anything on my phone. It's never happened. It's not something I'm saying like don't watch videos on your phone. I'm just saying like it's surprising to me only 7.4% watch on a computer because that's how I do it. Tablet, 2.8%. Hardly anybody is watching on a tablet. And of course, there's a button down here that says see more. It's going to be just diminishing microscopic fractions of a percentage. And I'm not even sure what that would be. But there's a lot to learn here. YouTube, at least the way I do it, simple videos that are hopefully useful to people and hopefully show them something they would like to do and are geared to be a pleasant watching experience. 65 plus is my biggest demographic and they're watching on a television set. So if you're thinking about getting into YouTube, if you've started a channel and you're dabbling with it and you've got this idea rolling around in your head that YouTube is for young people and you might be too old to succeed on the platform of YouTube, You might be just the right person at just the right time in just the right spot. Where you would assume maybe older people would be watching ABC evening news, they're watching YouTube. They're watching it on their television sets as opposed to a smartphone. And they're very tuned into the platform. And it's a great place for people that are, if you're born in the 70s or born in the 60s or born in the 50s, YouTube is just as open to you as it is to anybody else. And there are people that are consuming content that are in your age group. And it's definitely the right place to be. And you're not too old. So if you've had that thought, I hope this has banished it from your mind. You're never too old to succeed on YouTube. As a matter of fact, YouTube is perfect for you. If you're in a time of life, 50 years and older, you're in the right spot at the right time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one.